Hi everyone, it's Debbie from Celestial Astrology Healing, and today I'd like to say happy Sagittarius season, as the sun has just moved out of Scorpio yesterday on the 22nd of November 2022 into the fire sign of Sagittarius, and also tomorrow at let me see, it will be the 24th, the new moon. I'll share the chart. Will be a new moon in Sagittarius where the sun and the moon are in conjunction. So whenever there is a change in the solar activity in the zodiac, we move from one element to a completely different element. So Scorpio season, which lasted a whole month, would have been the feminine fixed water sign of the scorpion, symbolized by the scorpion. And the energy was very deep and intense, ruled by Mars, the warrior planet. Sexual organs are the area of Scorpio, so issues around sexuality and deep feelings, passion, sometimes discontentment as we face the shadow side of things. So that energy of Scorpio, which was facing more of our shadow side, has now passed as far as the solar activity. And now the Sagittarius sun activity is more of fire, optimism, mutability, changeability, a dynamic outward expression. So it's more yang, it's less receptive, and it's more outward expressing. So this is a completely different dynamic for the next month ahead. And the sun just moved yesterday, as I said. Let me bring up another image here. So I love this image here. This shows the centaur, symbol of Sagittarius, and the constellation of where some of the stars may be laid out. So Sagittarius is the symbol of the archer, grounded to the earth by the earthly body of the horse, and human torso with the arrow aiming high into the heavens, because Sagittarius is a seeker. Sagittarius wants to learn, to expand, to understand, using the higher mind, which is more related to learning, spirituality, truth, morals. It can be law. It's about really the higher mind of everything that represents, in a sense of personal growth and understanding on a much larger scale, as Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, is the largest sign of the zodiac. So Jupiter represents growth, expansion, optimism, breadth of vision, really opening up things, really expanding things, really enlarging things. So as we go into this festive season leading up to winter solstice and Christmas, if you celebrate it, there is also the potential for excesses, as symbolized by Jupiter. So let's have a wee look at the chart here. So I've got the chart here showing the new moon energy, which starts tomorrow at, I believe it's 21:11 GMT. That's what it says on my solar fire program. So when we look at all new moons, are basically when the sun and the moon are conjunct. So we can see that the moon, which is currently in Scorpio, at the end of Scorpio today on the 23rd of November, tomorrow around 21:11 in the evening, the moon will move into Sagittarius. Not quite exact there, actually, is it? That's one degree out. So I've maybe got that slightly wrong. But basically a new moon, my apologies, is when the moon and the sun are at the same degree. So I'm 1 degree out there. I've got the same minutes, 33 minutes. So it's around about tomorrow evening time. Sorry about that. So the sun and the moon are in Sagittarius. So the sun is about our expression of ourself and our soul's purpose, our dynamism, the masculine principle of expressing ourselves, following our destiny in life. So we're all going to have this sort of brighter, more optimistic energy of Sagittarius. And the moon is more related to our emotional reactions, our inner emotional states, and our environment and our body. So sporty Sagittarius might mean that you start taking more of an influence and an interest into being more active, what you can do either for the higher mind or for the physical body. It is only just a short lived transit, the new moon, as it the moon changes sign every 2.5 days, something like that. But we can see there's also a stellium. It's not just the sun and the moon here. Let me clear that and make a wee bigger circle. You can see that we also have Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius. So that's called a stellium when you have 3 or more planets in one sign of the zodiac. So Venus is very much about our one-to-one relationships. And there's a sort of freedom-loving part of Sagittarius. Sagittarius doesn't like to be too bound or constrained, because Sagittarius wants to expand, feel free, unencumbered. But there is a sense of everybody, let's have fun all together in this sort of very fluid, flexible, mutable energy of the fiery Sagittarius. And Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius could sometimes have a little bit of difficulty, because Mercury usually rules the opposite sign of Gemini. So when Mercury is in the opposite sign to his domicile, his temple that he rules, that can bring some difficulties in expressing himself as clearly or as fluidly or as succinctly as he likes. So there needs to be more effort with Mercury in Sagittarius, because Mercury is in detriment. So what to be careful of there maybe is Sagittarius can be a bit too honest, too blunt. So you might put your foot in it if you don't think before you speak, for example. But Mercury in Sagittarius works really hard. So it can be good at really promoting yourself, because Mercury has to work hard. So if there's some area of your life that you really want to let people know about, Mercury in Sagittarius can do that, and with a breadth of vision, with big broad strokes. So yeah, I just wanted to have a wee short video here just to say about this very dynamic fiery energy which is changing for the next month. And then there will be the full moon on, I can't quite remember, it's coming up in Gemini. So I would have to learn how to animate this chart, but 2 weeks after, so let's see, I'm doing this off the top of my head, 14 days onto the 23rd. Well, that would be, no, I'm not very good at this. 7 degrees would take us to the end of November, the 30th, 7. So maybe it's the 7th of December would be the full moon in Gemini. It's always the opposite sign to the sign that the sun's in when you have a full moon. So at the moment, the sun is in Sagittarius here. So sorry, the moon as well. That's the fast moving body. The sun moves about 1 degree a day. So on winter solstice, the sun will move around to Capricorn on the 21st. That's when the sun moves sign into Capricorn, which again moves from a fiery energy to a earthy, cardinal, feminine energy. But what the moon moves, I think it's 13 degrees a day. So the moon will move right round in the next 2 weeks to be opposite the sun, which will be also moved, so probably around 15 degrees, I think. I'm just guessing. But also I can see that Mars is still retrograde in Gemini. So this is a very, very long transit, which is very unusual for Mars, because Mars normally moves through a sign of the zodiac in about 6 to 8 weeks, but is in Gemini for a period of about 7 months, I think, moving in March 2023 out of Gemini. So this full moon will have a Martian energy, and Mars is the warrior planet. So in Gemini, it's about the intellect, the mind, the communications. So there could be some sparky sort of debates and argument or discord with that full moon coming up. But let's just focus on the fact that at the moment, we have got a lovely, bright, fiery energy of Sagittarius with this lovely stellium. So lots more positivity, lots more sharing, lots more growth, lots more breadth of vision for this next wee while. So if you find my insights into Sagittarius or into astrology in general interesting, I offer personal birth charts. And if you're looking for a more experiential gift for Christmas time or birthdays, I spend quite a long time working on personal charts, and then I do typed notes, I do live Zoom readings, and you have a depth of knowledge based upon your own personal data. So what I would need would be your date, place and time of birth. The time gives you a very accurate reading with the ascendant, and then that creates the house cusps. So thanks for listening. If you haven't already subscribed or liked my video, I'd appreciate that to help it grow, as I'm new to sharing my videos, and the more people that I reach, the better that this channel will grow. Thanks so much, and sending many blessings during this warm, sunny, despite the grey skies here in Scotland, positive expression of expansion for the Sagittarius season. Bye for now.